Guys having a lot of fun and learning a lot? Okay, I thought so. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. So let's go to the post.php here, and let's go to those links. We're gonna fix this later, guys. Don't worry too much about this. I got some really cool lectures coming up to show you guys how to do a lot of really cool stuff. So I'm gonna have to change my background here for my IDE so I can know where this thing is. Anyway, so we want to make this a little dynamic. What do you guys think? So there is another function that we need to create that is responsible for detecting that this post was liked. So let's go ahead and do that. So right below the logged in user ID function, we're going to create the user like this. Or user like post or something. I don't know. It's just a name, guys. Okay. And this is going to take the post ID. Just put it like that, post ID. Put maybe a placeholder. And here we are going to be making a query. So that's why that function is super useful, right? Look at that. And all we have to do here is just select. So we're gonna, you know, basically select all the likes where the user ID matches the user ID that's logged in. And of course, we want to make sure that the post ID is the correct one as well, right? So that way we know that the user actually liked this. So we're gonna select all from posts, likes, where the user ID, okay? As a matter of fact, do we have a user ID on the post? Well, let me see that. Well, we don't, this has nothing to do with that yet, but I think it's very good for us to, and that's why I don't want you guys to miss any of my lectures, because I'll always show you something different depending on, how I feel. That has nothing to do with the lecture. I think it's very useful for us to do like a user ID type of field here, just to detect the user ID instead of having the post user text here, name. So yeah, we'll do that later. So here we can write our function. So let's concatenate. We do have a function right here. So let's get the logged in user ID, okay? Because remember that the user has to be logged in, and we're gonna do that in a minute, to like it. So that's how we're gonna know. We also want this to be end post ID, and you can do end like this as well, okay? Post ID, just like that. Not to make it too complicated. I don't want this to be too complicated. I was gonna concatenate this too, but let's just do it like that. Okay. This curly brackets is just for me to, or for the next developer to differentiate that this is a variable. It's easier to understand like that. But you can see my IDE is actually doing that. But if for some reason this was in a text editor, right, you can't tell unless it has a curly brackets. And so so now that we have this query, let's assign this as a result, because we're going to get that from there, and we are going to return MySQLi rows. As a matter of fact, I should have done this here too, but anyway, what I want to do is I'm gonna do a ternary feature here. I've done this before, where I just do everything in one line. So if it's greater or equal than 1, I want to return true, else return false. Okay, so we could have done this here, and we can return either the user ID or the, let's just do it right now, or the or false. Okay, so we could just say return user ID, or not here, here, or false. And we can go ahead and delete everything else. Look at that. That makes a lot more sense like that. Okay, make sure yours still works. Okay, so you can go back to this logged in user right here and just refresh, and if you don't see any errors, then you know. But let's go ahead and log in just to make sure that it is working. Enter, and I'm gonna go to that test page and refresh, and it still works. Okay, so why don't we test this? Okay, so I want to go to that test page right here, and it's returning you true or false. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say if the user liked this post, echo user liked it, or something like that. Liked it. Else did not like it. Something like this. So let's go back here and let's put some type of post ID, right? So we need a post ID. We'll go to post and we see that 139. So 139 is not liked. Right now we should see did not like it. So let's pass this 139. Oh, not here. Sorry about that. 139 right here. And let's go to that test page and refresh. And you can see that it says did not like it. And it should say user. Right. Let's like it and let's see what that page says. So let's go back to that post. Is that a 139? Yes. And let's just like it. Click like. Let's go back to that test page and let's refresh, and you can see that it says user liked it. So we successfully created that really cool function, guys. Really organized and really methodically prepared. Okay, so we could of course make this a lot more dynamic and a lot better, but I'm gonna leave that to you. I think this is really cool right now, right? So let's go ahead and in the next lecture, let's play a little bit with these two functions in our post page. See you in the next one.